agent. I'm a great listing agent. I'm a great listing agent. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I guess. Let me just give you a little brief about me. My name is Shah. Been in business for about 27 years, owning Heritage Financial for about 25 years. And been around and done and worked with all the ups and downs in the market, as you see that the graphs are going up and down all the time. Market is pretty aggressive right now, and we have tons of different programs. And just the first point that Gustavo just brought up about bidding wars and stuff like that, we do offer to your clients, your potential buyers, if there is no property available, we want to get the documents up front from you. We'll qualify them. We'll get them pre-committed subject to the property. It's not only a pre-approval, it's an actual full-blown commitment. So you kind of eliminated the 30-day process up front. So now once you get the property, we just have to do the appraisal and get the title work, and we can put you to the closing table within 30 days. Or even 20 days. I've done that for Raquel so many times. Also, as far as all the other programs are concerned, the normal programs that's out there, the 5% down, the FHA, the Fannie Mae, the Freddie Mac, the Jenny programs.
Has the paper in the
Yeah, all the programs are in your back, by the way. So the standard programs we do 5% down, like every other lender does. FHA 3.5% down. We do have now programs for Fannie and Freddie, which is only 3% down, and also 100% down on the property which is qualified. So the property has to be qualified, not the borrower. There is no income limit in this program. So if the neighborhood qualifies, then we can do 3% down up to 4 family. And there is no PMI on that program either. So the clients would be, really happy when there is no PMI, because as you know, that PMI is not tax deductible anymore, either FHA or conventional PMI. So you rather pay a little on the interest and have a full tax deductible than to get the PMI, because the clients do look for all these things nowadays. So we do cover 12 months, 24 months, and 6 months bank statement program for self-employed people. We also have no doc programs too. The rates are pretty high on it, as you guys all know that the prime has jumped up to almost 4 3/4 right now. So on stated and stuff like that, your interest rate's going to be in 7s now. Normal rates are about 4.5% to 5% right now. So credit, we can fix any credit. Your clients, when we pre-qualify your clients and the credit scores are low, we will tell you right away with the simulation from our credit bureau that how we can fix the credit. And how fast can we do it? Within 5 days, as long as they follow our prompts on it. They pay down the debts or whatever the collections are. We get the clearance from the, the judgment department or whatever from the town, from the civil side, and we can get that cleared right away. We go up to $3 million in the properties, in single family, 2 family, 3 family, or 4 families. And the requirements on those are that the reserves have to be there. 6 months of the pity has to be there on those. Now, with the new programs that they're offering, everything requires close to 6 to 12 months of reserves. And that can bring your rates down too, if you have the reserves. You can use 401k, and your clients can use 401k or any retirement plans they have, or even over the seas if they have any funds sitting there. We just need it in English translation, or if we get it in Spanish or any other languages, it has to be notarized, and of course the notary has to translate it, basically. FHA programs, you guys all know everyone does it, 1 to 4 family. It's 3.5% down. It's pretty standard with the rate. There are really no hits on the pricing, but we do FHA programs for 550 FICO and up. The requirement from 550 to 580 is that they have to have 6 months of reserves, and they can't get a cosigner on it. Anything over 580, you can get a co-signer, no reserves required, and it's a standard guideline for them. But of course, the rates are a 0.25% higher than the normal rates. What else? We have no DTI actually limit. If DU or LP takes it, our underwriters are very motivational underwriters. They'll put the every compensating factors in line, and they'll decide if this deal makes sense or not. Back in the days, everything used to be based on DU and LP. There's no more like that. It's all, again, manual and motivational underwriting. So if you have a good deal, out of the 5 compensating factors, if your client doesn't have 1 or 2, we can still work with them. These programs are really not out there. We work with 3 of our good investors who we're very close to. We give them over $15 million each a month in closing. So we have our own underwriter, we have our own closer, and we have a VP salesperson who works with us directly. Can we get the deals closed for you in 20 days if you have a deal like that? Yes, we can. 100% we can get a deal closed for you. As long as your client works with us, as long as a realtor, you let us know that there is no default in the property. You do, realtors are still, I don't know about you guys, but the old school realtors are still stuck in that, backlog, thinking that if there's a chip paint or if there's a little crack on the stairs or anything like that, we don't want to go FHA, we want to go Fannie Mae. Nothing like that. Fannie, FHA, everyone looks at the appraisal the same way now. So you can take the client's FHA. In fact, it's much faster now. If the client wants to go, because the MIP is no matter what, it's going to be there. Even though they put 99% and they're taking a loan for 1%, the MIP is going to work. So it's up to your clients how they want to go. But definitely every little crack, every little chip paint has to be fixed now. If any lender is telling you it doesn't have to be, then they're not doing their homework. Because it is going to come back to you at the end for a final inspection. And we've been through that quite a few times in the past with Raquel and us. So the properties do require 100%. It's the whole thing is for the benefit for the client. So they want to make sure that it's in proper condition. We have all the programs. You guys name it. Just give me a chance and just go over your client's information with us, or let me talk to the client. If there is anything we can do to resolve the matter as far as the credit or anything income-wise, we can have them start working on it up front, so that way by the time you find the property, it's cleaned up for you guys. That's all. You guys have any questions?
Any questions? Any questions? Maybe some things, maybe there's a couple new agents we have here about the LTV, DUI. Can you explain what you mean that, so that way they
Sure. LTV is what? It's loan to value, basically. So it's based on $100,000 purchase, 3% down, 97 is your LTV, 5% down, 95 is your LTV. 1 to 2 families, can you do 3%, 5%? Yes, you can. With DTI, you have to be very careful. The front DTI can be under 45, but the back cannot be over 52. So we can go up to 52, basically.
Would explain what the DTI
what do you mean?
DTI means debt to income service ratio, basically. That's what it is. So how do you come to that number? It's your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, plus all your debts from the credit report or child support they're paying, alimony, everything gets counted. So sometimes as a realtor too, you want to ask your client that do they have child support, do they have alimony, because a lot of times people do forget to mention that, and then when we get the pay stub, now the clients are not qualified, because when we get a pre-qual from the realtor that, oh, they make $50,000 and this is fine, and then when we get a pay stub, there's garnishment and stuff like that, and now your income to debt ratio is going up, basically.
The school loan that applies to
Everything. Back in the days, they used to, if they were deferred over 12 months or 18 months, they weren't counting it. But now 1%, no matter what, it goes on. So if you have a $100,000 loan, $1,000 is going to be counted no matter